Welcome back, everybody. My name is Seth from the Secret Garden YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. So today we're going to be doing a quick update video on a video that I have linked above here, where I took St. Augustine grass runners and I planted them in bare spots in my lawn. Now in that video I've got a bunch of people asking me and some emailing asking for an update to see how it actually worked, how it is going now. So I'm going to show you the two spots in my backyard where I took runners, I cut them, I put them in water, in a pan of water for about 2 weeks until they had nice long white roots, and then I planted them into the ground and they started spreading and working really well. I think this video I put out was last year, and these spots have completely covered the ground. It looks really nice and it's free because you don't got to buy plugs or sod, so definitely recommend it. So let's go ahead and I'll switch you around and I will show you the progress and how it looks now. So this is the main spot that I did in the video, and you can see now, if you check out that video, it was completely brown and just dirt basically. And here I'll link a picture real fast right there, and you see it's very sparse, and now you can see that it is very lush, very nice. The runners completely went out, multiplied really well. What did help this area is the shade here and not getting direct sun really during the day. It really helped it not dry out so much and help those runners really go across really well. You can see here it's actually already starting to spread out where my Bermuda is here to slowly take over. And we can see, obviously there are a few spots still in because I did plant, maybe like 20 runners here, but it is filled out really nicely. And we have a little volunteer peach plant over here. Now, the biggest thing when you're planting your runners, you want to make sure they don't dry out. The same way you would when you put brand new sod down, you want to make sure they don't dry out for the first 2 weeks. Well, these runners are even more particular or even more finicky because they've been sitting in water. Those roots have been sitting in water for like 2 weeks, so they're used to constant water. Now, obviously, they always say in that condition they would rot out and your grass would die, but you still have to understand that these roots have been used to all water, so you have to still water them every day for about 2 weeks so they slowly start to get used to drier conditions. And of course, like I said a second ago, this not having direct sun helped them get used to that instead of drying out too quickly. So all this grass here is doing really well. It has sent runners all over the place, and this is something that I really like doing. And you can even, what I've actually done also in the past is if you buy a little bit of sod, you can actually put it down and those runners will start going out throughout your whole yard, invading the Bermuda and just, filling your entire lawn with St. Augustine grass. It's a good way to do it if you want to save a little bit of money instead of just resodding your whole lawn at one time. Okay, so now let's go check the other spot over there. So coming up here, I have my fig, some random flowers and other things up here going on. I've got my aloe veras there planted, which I did a video on previously. Got some pups grown in here nicely. And this right here, I planted runners all the way throughout here as well. Actually less than the other area. You see some coming down here, starting to invade through all this Bermuda as well. And right here, you can see that it has gotten really thick. This is the same example as previously. This area is shaded. This tree from the neighbors shades it really nicely. They actually trimmed it. It had really long branches shading this whole area last year, but still it doesn't get a lot of direct sun because this here shades it too. So if you look at it, all of this grass, it is really nice and thick. And I'll be honest, you cannot tell that this was just runners. It looks so thick, you would just think that it was just all sod put down, but look at it. It is doing great. This is one reason why I love St. Augustine grass. I love that it just spreads out, sends those runners so quickly, and can spread and fill your little bare spots so quickly. Even if you have a disease or something that kills some of your grass, or like I'm doing here, and I'm just slowly getting rid of all my Bermuda and putting the St. Augustine down, it fills in all these spots so quickly and it grows so nice and thick that it chokes out a lot of things. It chokes out that Bermuda, it chokes out those weeds. Honestly, it does really well. And this has been, I believe, less than a year. I'll have to see when I upload the other video, but it is already completely, like basically turf grass in that section over there. And even if you look here, I'll show you where the St. Augustine here is actually sending runners out like crazy throughout that Bermuda too. So you see right here, my St. Augustine is just sending runners constantly out. And now, while all these runners start to slowly root, they'll send out more, filling this entire area really well. So if you haven't watched that other video, how I showed step by step how to do this, how to cut your runners, and how to then eventually plant them, and how to care for them, you should probably check that out. Like I said, I have it linked, and I'll probably put a link below for it as well if you want to check it out. It definitely worked perfectly. I had a 100% success rate. Every single runner that I put out lived and did very, very well. So definitely highly recommend it. If you don't mind waiting a little bit of time, it is a perfectly good option. And even if you don't have St. Augustine grass, maybe you can just ask your neighbor or friend if you can take some clippings of theirs, and you can start your own St. Augustine grass turf lawn for free. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions on this, make sure you please comment below, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, hit that notification bell so you'll see when I put out new videos. I very much appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.